That's recording
Let's
again.
do another cheers. Cheers to take 2.
Here, do a cheers in the camera.
All right. All right.
When you get some of those simultaneous, those are fucking crazy.
We'll do whatever you want.
Well, cheers, hotties.
Cheers.
Cheers, Lexie.
Cheers, Renee.
Okay. Now, moving on. Okay, let's talk about confidence a little bit more.
Okay.
Can you describe a confident man?
Yeah. So,
Well poised. Someone
Yeah.
who is like leading the conversation and who like knows what they're doing.
yeah, somebody who, when they walk up to you, they are not afraid to make eye contact. They look at you. Yeah, they look you straight in the eye. They're not looking down. They're not stuttering. They're not talking really quiet. They're just like speaking.
Confidence.
Okay, we're going to change gears. So we're going to focus on the approach. Solely on the approach. Do you like being approached?
Yes and no.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends on who it is.
Yeah.
And it depends on the approach, more importantly. So.
All right, well, let's keep going with that.
Yeah.
When and where do you like to be approached?
In a public place, I like to be approached. Well, obviously we'd be at a public.
In my home.
Great snort right there. Oh my god. That was rad.
But not a public bathroom.
Not a church.
Not a church.
Alright, well, I guess
cemetery.
going along with that, is there somewhere you don't like being approached? Maybe like when you're working out or...
Working
That's
out
what I
for
was
sure,
gonna say. Do not approach me at the gym when I'm working out. It's just not okay.
Because you're in a bad mood?
No, but
you're in a
like,
great mood.
You're focusing on your fitness.
Your fucking
Like,
endorphins are rushing.
Have
Last thing you need
you
is,
ever
like,
had
guys-
anybody approach you in the gym?
all the time.
What, how does it... Give me some examples. What happened?
Well, it's just more of like eye-raping stares.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Right.
like, when you're working out, you're focusing on, it's your time to just be in your zone, and that's kind of the last thing you want to.
Which is why I think we go to a girls' side of our
we
gym.
pretty much work out at curves, but not really. But we work out at a girls' gym.
Okay, so can you talk about how you do like to be approached? What takes place? Eye contact, how long, how many times? Does he come straight over? How does he open?
Well,
Describe a
This is
successful approach.
Okay.
You give your scenario, I'll give mine.
Alright, so let's just say we're at a bar, okay, and you make eye contact with the guy. I think a nice strong eye contact, and then, he looks away is nice. Do not come scurrying over very quickly because that just seems kind of desperate. Girls like a chase, they like a challenge. Well, I do.
I do.
Yeah, most girls do. It just seems desperate if you just come right over. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
And don't be too eager to like ask questions about that person. Like, hey, do you have a boyfriend? Like, who are you here with? Blah, 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 blah. It's very important to just be natural and come up and just be like, hey, like, who are you? Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just confident and just be natural, because girls sense when there's, like uncomfortableness or, like, insecurities.
Yeah.
And that will come out in that approach.
And one-liners, I don't know who that works with.
Well, obviously it doesn't work.
The pickup lines.
If you're using those, it doesn't work.
The best thing to do is just be yourself, and if you can make me laugh, like, you're in.
Hands down,
Like,
exactly. You
if
have
you
my
can make
attention.
me, and you can make me laugh, just, don't come up with this macho attitude, like,
Be yourself.
be yourself.
But be confident.
And, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so what's your reaction when you don't want to talk to this guy that's approaching to you?
I think body language, like, if you need to learn how to read a lady's body language. If she's turning her back to you, like, not making any eye contact, like, barely talking to you, that means, like, move on. Like,
I just say I'm not interested,
or you can be more blunt.
I have a boyfriend.
Right,
I have a husband.
Right. So, body language, or...
If you don't get those vibes, there's a problem.
So how do you react? What do?
you shun away. Like it's like repellent.
I feel like I'm just like, oh god.
It's a repellent for girls. Like if a girl feels uncomfortable, we immediately just like, ugh.
And you'll probably see some of her girlfriends kind of like start shielding you off.
Exactly. There's a cue.
What about spontaneously, without you knowing? Maybe you're both in line to get some coffee, and a guy comes up.
That's okay. That to me, honestly, like in an environment where, you know, everyone's just doing their normal routine, you never know who you're going to run into. I think that's totally appropriate.
I think that's like subtle, like eye contact, like you're not in a bar, there's like alcohol's not involved.
It's kind of real, yeah.
It's more of just kind of like, I'm on my way to work,
I notice you.
Exactly. So I think it's more of like, just like subtle eye contacts or like little smiles, and that's how we get the impression, that's how they get the impression.
What's going through your mind when you're being approached? Like,
well, it depends if you're excited about it or if you're not.
Are you nervous?
No.
Does it make you nervous when somebody comes up?
No.
You're used to it?
I don't get nervous.
I got lost.
She's zoning out. Are you nervous?
There's Steve, there's the camera right in front of me.
Where am I?
Am I in a bar? Where's my sign right there?
Okay. Okay, so how important is the first impression?
Very important. The first impression is so important.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
No.
It's very important.
It is very important.
Because if you don't make a good impression, I'm going to be like looking their way and looking for someone else.
Yeah.
So you're forming that quickly. I was going to say, how quickly are you forming that impression?
Quick, seconds.
I think from the second you see someone,
you sum it up. You do a scan.
Yeah. And girls are very we observe, and you might think we're not watching, but we are. So,
What? So you're making all these quick impressions. What judgments are you making initially?
I think you're, by the way someone carries themselves, by the way they're dressed, it's like, okay, do they have a job? Or are they
Yeah, I think first of all, like, how do they look? What's their style? And then, like, what is their, like, job? Unfortunately, like, that is one of the things that we think about.
Right.
And...
Or, like, are they active? Are they,
sedentary?
Do you like when a guy compliments you right off the bat?
Depends.
No.
Yes, no.
Go, my lady.
Okay, saying something like you have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes, that's a compliment that I think most girls will gladly accept. But something like you're hot, or something like that, definitely will make a girl just be like, eh.
Yeah.
Deep down inside, you're thinking, like, at least he thought I was hot, but it's, like, very embarrassing to hear.
For me, I think it's too quick to, like, give a compliment right away. Like, to me, when some guy does that, I think it's like he's coming on too strong almost. Like, whoa, So, for me, it's like, just talk to me normal, and then maybe at the end of the conversation say something like, well, you caught my eye from across the room, I'd really like to see you again, or, something subtle, but not just like, you have beautiful hair, or something,
Beautiful hair. I don't know.
So what does that 1% guy do that tells you he's different from the other guys when he comes up? How do you know that he gets it?
I think the guy, like...
Here, I'll ask it again.
Okay.
What does that 1% guy do that tells you he's different from the rest? That he gets it? He gets it.
I think it comes down to confidence again. I think, like, for that's on the guy's side of the question. So, like, I don't know that, like, detail. But for me, I think it would be, like, more of, like, how much confidence they have and how much poise they have when they, like, approach the girl.
She got lost. Have you ever been frustrated there was a guy that you wanted to talk to, but he never approached you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think he was with his girlfriend.
Always with a girlfriend.
Always with the girl. There's like
Girls always want the
it's
guy
like-
with the girl.
yeah, there's never been a guy that's like not. With
Because
the
guys,
Gee, thanks.
guys think they're more. Girls are very catty. Girls are
Yeah.
very catty.
girl.
Do you ever go up to this guy? What if he's not with a
Oh,
girlfriend?
God,
I never have.
no.
You've never approached a guy?
No.
Mm-mm.
Do you like being touched by someone you just met?
No.
No.
Maybe it's in a playful way.
Maybe like this, or like something that's like not definitely not like this.
Okay,
No
I guess
petting
I
and
could see.
stroking.
Okay,
No petting.
if
That's
I was
disgusting.
no, I have to say if I was super into a guy and we had been totally hitting off, and I gave him my number, and like if it was going really well at the very end, when he was leaving, if he kind of just like touched me, like
yeah.
the small of my back or something very like gentle.
But not at first, just like
Not like-
stroking. You.
No, but like even barely touch. Like I'm talking like, ding. Maybe That's it.
Acceptable.
Well, you know, most guys are afraid of approaching pretty girls. So, what's the worst thing you've done to a guy that's approached you?
Okay. Recently, we were actually dancing together at a club, and a guy came up and asked if he can dance with us. I said, absolutely not. We were in the moment, and it was just not working.
That is true. Never approach two girls when they're just like having a moment too.
When
That's
they're having
some good advice.
when girls are having a moment, like
Once again,
don't
reading
just
body
ruin
language,
it.
they're
Because you're
connected.
gonna get rejected.
Yeah. Yes.
But, I mean, you don't hit them or
And they
spit
could be
on them, or you don't,
lesbians. We're not
you don't
lesbians, but
embarrass
they could be
them.
lesbians.
I'm a nice girl, so the meanest thing I've done is just kind of shut them down. I always just say, you know, I have a boyfriend, or I'm not a mean girl, so.
I don't do that all the time. That was this one time. In band camp.
Do you like rejecting men?
No.
No, it's horrible. Like,
Does it
no.
give you power?
No, absolutely not.
you know what? There's the girls that I know probably get a kick out of it, but I feel so bad because I know it was probably took a lot for them to come up to you and
Unless it's like a Guido with like a bunch of their friends behind them. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that.
Why not?
Okay,
All right. Should a guy be afraid to approach you?
yes, not like just me, but I think a guy should be nervous just because he doesn't know what's gonna happen to any. I'm not just saying me.
well, yeah, to not be like overly confident and go up and be like, "Hey."
Yeah, I mean, I would be nervous if I was approaching guys or girls.
What advice would you give to a guy that wants to approach you? Do you have any advice? Somebody wants to approach you. What?
I think just be yourself. Like, okay, so for me, like I like a sense of humor and like a strong personality and just being like normal, not like
One-liners.
yeah,
etc.
no one-liners and just
Don't talk about yourself. Like, don't sit there and like talk about yourself the whole time. Don't
Right.
Yeah. Just try to engage in conversation. Don't ask us 50 questions either, but just try to have a
figure
normal
out who we
conversation.
are. Like ask who we are and like just normal people.
Yeah.
And that's get lost in the whole like meeting people and out and about.
Okay, that's